Hi, my name is Maya, and I wanted to share my story. In this video, as you can probably tell based on the title, I wanted to share a little bit about the heart procedure that I got done and a little bit about why, what happened, how it went, and also just to share in case anyone else is going through something similar and is a little bit stressed. I'll start off this video by saying my cardiologist was very confident in how the procedure went. I'm healing very nicely and the road to recovery looks very, very good. So I just wanted to preface with that just so you're aware. The procedure that I got done in this video is called a cardiac ablation. I got it for SVT, which stands for supraventricular tachycardia, and the type of SVT I have is called AVNRT. I'll put some information up on the screen right now just so you can see a little bit about it, and I'll also put some links in the description if you want to learn a little bit more. Essentially what SVT is a different wiring a little bit in your heart. Your heart is a muscle and it has electrical firing that happens, and it goes from your brain to your heart and it tells your heart when to beat. When you have SVT, it's almost like a faulty electrical signaling, which can cause a very rapid heartbeat. When I personally experienced it, I think the highest it ever got was around 220 beats per minute. My usual symptoms were just feeling like my heart was about to burst out of my chest because it was just pounding so hard and so fast. I would also be a little bit short of breath. I would have to sit down, and it only happened to me twice in my life, thankfully, but I could always very distinctly tell the difference between my heart just being fast and an SVT episode. SVT can be caused by certain triggers, but it can also just happen randomly, which were the times that it happened to me. It just happened randomly. Both times I was literally just in my bed about to sit up and get ready for the day. One of the times I had just gotten out of bed, and the other time I was on my way to the bathroom, and it just happened. I was diagnosed with SVT in 2023, and I was diagnosed with PVCs, which are premature ventricular contractions, in I want to say 2018. It was my freshman year of high school. I have known that I've had heart issues for quite a long time, and I was on a beta blocker for my SVT to try to lower my heart rate, lower my blood pressure. But then my blood pressure was getting way too low and I was feeling really dizzy, lightheaded. I couldn't think straight. It felt like my brain wasn't in my body. It was a very bad, uncomfortable feeling. And so my cardiologist was like, you know what, you haven't had SVT, so we can wean off of it. And then about a month after I was fully weaned off of it, I had another episode. So she thought that it would be the best decision for me to get this procedure done. So the ablation that I got done was a cryoablation. You can get an ablation done with either heat, where they burn the muscle, or they freeze the muscle. And depending on the location in the heart where the issue is coming from, they'll use one of the two. So mine was in a not like risky location, but it was by another structure in my heart that was very important. So they went with freezing as opposed to burning. But essentially what they do is they will put catheters in your veins and they will go through your body into the heart. They put 2 catheters in each of my femoral veins and 1 in my jugular vein. You can still kind of see I have a little scab right here, and I have them by my femoral veins as well. So like I said, they guide the catheters into the heart where they map out the heart and they map out the structure, and they can see it on a big screen and monitor. I can put a picture in right here. So they map the electrical system in your heart, and then they kind of poke it to make it try to do the really rapid heart rate. So they're just going along poking your heart to try to trigger it into doing SVT. And then when they find that area that is causing the issue, they will either freeze it or burn it. And then after they do that, they'll try to poke it again just to make sure that it is totally gone. Of course, there are risks in the procedure, like any procedure, but it has a pretty high success rate, and me personally, it went pretty well. I had a really great team of doctors, anesthesiologists, nurses. They were all great. I went to New York Presbyterian for my procedure, which was not near me, but it was okay because their team was great, and so it was definitely worth the drive. I was put under general anesthesia for the procedure. I was also intubated so they could make sure that I was breathing properly. The whole thing took about 4 hours. I went back around like 1:15. We probably started around 1:30, and then I was wheeled back into my room around 6. I did have to lay fully flat for 4 hours so that the incision sites could clot and heal, just so that I wasn't going to be bleeding, which great. But it was definitely very uncomfortable, especially because I have scoliosis in my back, so laying fully flat for 4 hours wasn't the best. And I was also hungry and really thirsty because I couldn't eat or drink all day. Drinking from a straw laying completely flat is kind of difficult, but it's okay, it was worth it. It was really good. They put something in hospital ice chips that are just delicious. After that, I was good to very slowly get up and walk around. I was very, very slow. I was also dizzy because the drugs hadn't fully worn off yet, so I just did a little lap around the unit and then we were good to go and we drove home. The day after, I would say the worst part was my neck. My neck really hurt for like a good 48 hours. I was taking Tylenol for the pain, which was helping a little bit, but it was still hurting. And the incisions in my legs were not as bad, but I think this one is healing a little bit faster. I was able to take the bandages off of this one, but my bandages on my legs are still there. I really appreciate everybody's thoughts and prayers. I had such an incredible support system. I was getting texts that whole day and the day before like, I'm praying for you, my mom is praying for you, and it was just so sweet, and I have the best friends and community ever, and I'm so thankful for them. But seriously, thank you all so much for watching. I hope this at least helped one person or was informative to somebody. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!